Alright, y'all, we're tuned in for another episode of Baked Out Radio Show. Your host, Andres, and I have a special guest to my left, to y'all's right, Miss Kiana, who is founder, owner of XO Tigerlily.
Yep.
See, I got it. Thank you for coming through and doing the interview. I love highlighting black businesses. I love highlighting positive things in our community, so that's what this platform is all about. It's all about you, really. So let's just start from the beginning. What got you into, well, first of all, explain to everybody, what is XO Tigerlily?
Okay, so XO Tigerlily is a natural skincare line. It targets eczema, sensitive skin, psoriasis, but I also make products that are good for some and everybody to use, basically. XO is a common symbol for love. So that's a part of my brand. If you were to see my whole logo, it says XO Tigerlily. And then there's an orange tiger lily and a hummingbird. So the orange tiger lily represents passion, and the hummingbird represents eternity and continuity. So
love, passion,
eternity
and continuity. All great things to have in an individual, and for that to be representative in a company. So what made you want to become, entrepreneur? Because I'm like, it's an entrepreneur endeavor. I know you have aspirations to take it to the biggest heights that you want to, but like I tell people all the time, entrepreneurship nowadays, because back in the, I'm like, if this is like 10, 12, 15 years ago, people look at you like, hey, I'm an entrepreneur. They're like, ugh, okay, you know what I'm saying? So it has flipped to that. But I think with all the different shows like Shark Tank and The Profit, and there's a lot of different shows out there that are highlighting entrepreneur. There's a lot of music where, I'm my own boss, yada, yada, yada. What made you really want to get into it? Because some people, they jump into it for money.
Yeah.
Which, of course, everybody wants to make money, but I think you should have something outside of that that drives you.
Okay. So, when I graduated high school, I had every intention of becoming a veterinarian. I think I had kind of decided I was going to work with all kinds of animals. I had in mind a hospital layout where we keep these animals on this floor, these animals on this floor, quarantine here, do this here. And I was going to be in charge of that whole hospital.
Yeah.
So, somewhere along the way, I went to Valdosta State University. I did 3 years there. I transferred back home and did online classes for a distance learning program as a veterinary technician. I hated not having anybody to talk to about my homework like I did back at Valdosta State. So I eventually transferred to Fort Valley State.
Fort Valley? No, I'm sorry, I'm an alumni.
Well, speaking of Fort Valley, I actually chose not to finish because I finished one semester and then they told me, oh yeah, you can only take these classes in this order during this semester and you can't take it out of that order.
Yeah, you got prerequisite classes.
Oh, I had finished, like, all my core classes were done.
Well, I'm talking about, like, even with you in your major, I'm sure, like, because of course, you take your core classes, and when I was at Fort Valley, I was doing my marketing concentration. And within that, like, I can't take anything outside of marketing classes if I didn't have principles of marketing first. So it was another prerequisite in your major for all the other classes to open up. So like they let me slide during the summertime because I took principles of marketing and marketing communication. And there's no way you can do marketing communication without even knowing the basics of the principles of marketing. But I'm taking both classes at the same time.
Just kind of go with the flow.
I went with the flow. Now I believe I made 2 A's out of both of them, but still. But that was just me though. I wanted to, I knew what I wanted to do because I declared my major my freshman year when I got on campus. I didn't waver or anything like that. The advisor at the time, he was like, "Oh man, you don't have to declare your major." I was like, "No, I know what I want to do." Marketing, you know what I'm saying? So,
not waste no time.
But yeah, that sucks though, because they actually have a good veterinarian program.
I promise. Like my first animal related class was animal science. Like we went out to the farm, we learned all types of horses, types of cattle, or we learned all sorts of stuff, and that's what got me excited about doing the program. But then they were like, Yeah, the first class that you need to get into all the other ones is only offered in the fall. And then the follow-up course is only offered in the spring. The follow-up course to that is only offered the next fall. And I'm just like, so I've been in school about five-ish years at this point. And you wait till I complete a semester at your school to tell me, oh yeah, it's going to take you 4 more years to graduate. And I was like, oh, I'm not with it.
Yeah.
So I ended up transferring back online, and I tried for an associate's in business. Turns out I hated accounting. They had me taking this computer class.
I had accounting too.
That computer class had nothing to do with what I wanted to do. Like, he had me in here programming little people to move here and do this and say all this, and I was like, I don't want to deal with it. So here I am. I done decided I'm going about my business. So I actually started doing the wet butters and everything because I was transitioning my hair natural while I was still at Valdosta State.
Okay, so that's where it comes from then. It's a natural progression. It's not like you saw all these different people. It's like making handmade stuff now is like a hot new thing. You know?
Especially like when I started transitioning, that's when I found Etsy. That's when I found out about butters. That's when I found out about, oh my gosh, what is all this stuff that I didn't even hear about growing up because I had permed hair. And then I didn't know much about it because all my friends had permed hair, or the ones that were natural, their curl patterns were looser compared to what mine is, and they didn't really, their hair was too soft for butters and stuff like that. So I did have one friend that went natural while we were in high school, and so it was kind of interesting to see that, but it didn't really click for me until I started going natural.
You don't learn until like we get outside like high school and college or whatever and go thrown into the real world. That's when the learning actually really begins. You know, it's like the setup. It sucks in the Fort Valley situation or whatever, but you know, even with the Valdosta State, all of them, any of them, my problem with schools and colleges is that they don't have anybody like really guiding the students. Excuse me, because you're 18 years old when you first go, or 18, 19, whatever, or 17, and there's no one there to be like, hey, this is how you transition, or this is how you triculate through school. They just like go to college. You know, they don't tell you that if you switch your major, you get set back in life or whatever.
Your advisors are just
and then,
terrible.
Because what it is from a political standpoint or academic standpoint, administrative, not academic, they don't have enough people in those positions. So then you got people doing multiple jobs, and like you got professors who normally teach or whatever, but then they got to do advisement and all that stuff. And they don't care about advisement and all that. They just try to get back to the teaching, but they have to do it because they're getting thrown on. It's part of their job. But going to the going into your company and find out the different butters and just all these different natural products that are great for us. I'm sure that was an eye opener for you to really see that. But I don't know. Do you feel like somehow you were cheated? Sometimes I feel like I was cheated a little bit.
Going through school?
Well, not just school, just in life in general. Like, why isn't this stuff being promoted as much as something else?
Actually, something that I recently learned over the summer, I was invited to join this group. It was called 180 Days Better Me, Better You. The name has recently changed. I was actually given an admin role in that group, and part of my job was to every week on this day, I make a post. So I go live, text post, something like that. And so I ended up getting busy, so I haven't been able to do it as much as I used to, because that stuff, believe it or not, takes a lot of research. Between working as much as I do, I've almost completely cut out video games, which I've always loved video games, and I find that
that's the sacrifice you got to do now, because like you're working on it, but you're working for a purpose. You're not caught up in like the rat race. I don't see you caught up in that. You're in the progression of I'm doing this so I can do this other thing more.
Right. So
the social time is gone.
Even social time, like I try to I take my nephew to school every morning. If I can get something scheduled close to after I drop him off, then I know I'm not gonna try to go back to sleep. So I'm not gonna wake up late. So if I have something I need to do, like say I need to go get labels or do something, get something printed. Say I have an errand to run. I'm going to try and already be ready. Or when I get back to the house, go ahead and get ready and go do it. Because once I sit down, lay down, that's it.
Yeah.
Like, there was one morning, when I took him to school, came back home, laid down, set the alarm for like somewhere between 10 and 12. I woke up past the time I was supposed to be to work.
Wow.
And that was actually the day after my birthday. It's like, of all days to wake up late, it would be a Friday. And Friday is the day, Friday, Saturday are primarily the days we make the most money. Because everybody that works a 9 to 5 wants to come out on the weekend. Then like during the week, they're not really there until like 6:30 because again, they got to go home. They got to get the kids. They might have the kids changed out of school clothes. They might just bring them into school clothes. But they're getting there around that time because they got home, had some time to get situated, and then they just went to go eat because they didn't feel like cooking that night. So I ended up like not doing as much of the things that I wanted to do to be able to do this other stuff. And then I realized it's like all this research to educate these. I'm not there right now because I still have several projects within my business that are actually in development, and I'm taking time away from developing those.
To do something else.
To make a post, and
I tell you got to get yourself squared away and get a process, and make your revenue. All these different things that it takes to run a business to before you can really contribute to something else that's not going to really benefit you directly at the time or your business.
Right.
It's like indirectly stuff it'll benefit, but it's like later on down the line. So you're an entrepreneur. Are you the first one in your family to be an entrepreneur, or where do you get that from?
I believe I am. Well, I take that back. My uncle did tell me that he owns he has a CDL license. He used to go on the road a lot. And he said, from what I remember, he has his own truck that's just his truck, and he does his own thing. But other than that, I think I am.
So how was the reaction from your immediate family and close friends and stuff when you're telling them, like, this is what I'm going to start doing? Because you've been doing XO Tigerlily how long now?
I started selling Mother's Day of 2018, and then I got the business established that June. Okay,
so still
just barely over a year.
Yeah, but it's a lot. You learn a lot in a year, right? And when you jump out there, like to make your first sale or whatever, you realize how hard it is. How
Mother's Day was not as hard. That's like
that's a little
when
different.
You start doing other stuff on a regular basis. That's when you realize how hard it is.
Well, in between the holidays, you know what I'm saying? That's where you really learn business. Yeah. Right?
Hey, y'all. I'm here to highlight another black business. Y'all know I do it. I love doing this. I'm here to tell you about Annie Jo LLC. It is a handmade lip gloss based out in Atlanta, Georgia. She is very passionate about making this lip gloss, and she has a lot of reviews and orders that she processes. If you want that handmade lip gloss, you want to get it popping, you want something that's vegan and cruelty free, then hit up Annie Jo LLC. You can hit the website, the Annie Jo, that's TheAnnieJO.com, or you can follow on Instagram at AnnieJO_gloss. As one of her posts reads, throw on that lip gloss and build that empire, ladies.
It's easy to sell them a package, something that's already put together. Exactly. Oh yeah, I get that from Mama. I take that. But when they start seeing stuff separate, and then they don't have those skin conditions, and they don't really use natural products, because one thing that I learned doing those posts was that commercial products contain endocrine disruptors. Those endocrine disruptors actually they are what cause your skin to not do what it's supposed to do. So your skin is like you're having a flare up. You use this product, it clears it up. Okay, but then it just breaks out again. So you think, oh, I need to go get some more of that product because it cleared it up. And what it's doing is it's actually disrupting the actual process that your skin goes through, causing you to need that product more and more and more. So that's how companies are getting away with a lot of what they do.
Yeah.
So I try to tell people, I can't guarantee you immediate results, but if you're consistent with it and we find something that your skin likes, you'll get some improvement. Because when I was transitioning my hair to natural, I couldn't use those lip butters on my hair. I had straight hair here and curly hair up here, and I was like, I can't do nothing with this.
Yeah.
So I ended up having a flare up that stretched from the side right here. It went all the way down to right by my belly button.
Oh wow.
So it wasn't until October of 2018 that I was like, let me get some pictures. Because I had taken pictures like when it first started to flare up. I didn't get the whole stretch, but when it first started to flare up, I got a picture of that. When it started clearing up. And then when I looked at it, I looked at my side one day, I was like, I don't see anything. So then I took a picture and then I put them all on a collage that's actually on my Facebook page. It is Facebook, but it's also on Instagram. But I took a picture and I put them all together, and you can't see any of the scars from there. So I was like, this is proof that it actually works. So I'm getting to the point where I'm trying to get more results versus, I can tell you what it does all day long. I can tell you it works, but you're not going to believe me unless you see, oh, that's what happened. Yeah. Like my one of my best friends, we grew up together. She actually, I was working on my portfolio, and she wanted something for her face. So what I did was, if you help me by participating in building my portfolio, I'll give you like a discounted rate on whatever I made for you. Yeah. So she got a custom butter, I believe. I gave her some of my anti-inflammatory steam blend that I actually made for me when I first started out, because I got this little facial steamer. And so the big idea was, I'm going to start offering facials. Long story short, I'm going to wait till I learn a little bit more about it, because it's a lot more to it than just, a scrub, a clay mask, and herbs. It's more to it than that. Yeah. So, long story short, she got the products. She used them. I gave them to her in, I want to say July. And so whenever I would check in with her, she's like, yeah, everything's going good. So I finally met up with her to get the after pictures. And so I took the pictures. Like, to me, everything's fine. I'm looking at your face, cool. But then I started looking at the pictures. I was like, so then I pulled out the before pictures. And I said, let me see your forehead. She did like this. I said, look at that picture. Because she had some dark spots that were right here. And I, when I looked at the pictures that I took, I was like, you don't have any dark spots? And she was like, yeah, everybody tells me, oh, such and such, your face is glowing. What are you using? Like, she was at one of my events with me. Because she, every now and then, she'll help me at my table. Yeah. So she, I was talking to somebody else. Somebody walked up to her and she's like, yeah, all this is her. All her products.
That's great though, because it helps with the selling of stuff, and then you don't have to spend as much in marketing. But so back to what did your family think? Like when you said you was gonna do this, were they like, go for it, or we don't understand, or?
I did not get an I don't understand response, and that's probably because I chose to continue working as opposed to pursuing this full time, because with my current expenses and my current flow of cash, I can't afford to just do this full time.
I definitely get that.
Like, we're building up to that point.
Exactly.
I want to be able to make 3 times what my current expenses are before I even think about full time. Because if I could do this full time, that means I get to travel more, I get to do more events. I'm not restricted to, I can't do this because I got bills coming up and I have to work this weekend. Or like what I do now is when I see an event, I try to base my schedule around that, because my schedule is just about the same every week. I work 6 days a week and I'm off on Thursdays.
Oh wow.
Yeah. So
I'm sorry, I'm in a different space Like even this right now, this is not work to me. This is fun.
See, yeah, when I get to go do an event, that's fun. But when I'm in the kitchen, and put all this stuff together and then have to clean it up, that is work.
Well, it's work, but
process,
it's work that
I enjoy.
that benefits you.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? Because
right.
there's a purpose to all that. And just even as time goes on, you'll be able to see like what I'm talking about in a couple of years from now. Like you'll be like, oh, okay, I get it now. Because when you go to, the row house, you said row house, right? Yeah. Like that's a thing where you have to, okay, I got to go and do this. Regardless, even if you enjoy it, but you know that ultimately you're making them richer and you're just getting paid your wage.
Well, I like to say I'm tired of punching people's clocks.
Yeah.
That's
that's why, I'm telling you, I can work with you. We can set you up a situation where the efforts that you put into yourself, they'll start to multiply. And soon you'll get to that point where you're like, hold up, I can't stop punching their clock because it's time now. And it'll get there quicker than what you probably even think. Cause, but anyway. So, with all your products, right?
Mm-hmm.
Well, first of all, let me ask this question because it's a follow up for the other one. So you start doing this, and your family's like, cool, yay.
Mm-hmm.
How is your immediate friends and surrounding? What do younger people think of entrepreneurship nowadays? Especially when they your friends, she can see you doing it, right? They see the work that you put in. Is it positive? Is it mixed reviews? What?
I don't think I've ever gotten anything negative. I will say that most of the time people are like, oh my gosh, that's cool, like this is interesting, and as soon as I tell them like for instance, I see somebody post something about, oh, I got a dandruff in this, like my first reaction was, how you got the little GIF keyboard on Facebook,
mm-hmm.
and you remember the guy from Holes, I think his name was Sam.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Anyway, he says, I can fix that.
Okay,
so that's what I posted under it. So they're like, really? Yes, because I have one of my best friends, my sister. She her mom,
mm-hmm.
she will always get this one type of product from me.
Mm-hmm.
It's like a whipped butter, but she uses it for her hands,
mm-hmm.
and that's all she would get. Okay, cool. But then one day she said, I got some breakage going on. I have psoriasis in my scalp.
Mm-hmm.
I said, okay, well, let's try this and see how it goes. She ended up loving it.
Mm-hmm.
I got my friend to record her doing a review of the product,
mm-hmm.
and that's also posted on my Instagram. So that was like, when people ask me about hair stuff,
mm-hmm.
here, listen to this real quick.
Mm-hmm.
Or they want to see pictures of skin stuff.
Mm-hmm.
Look at this real quick.
Mm-hmm.
Or I do my brother's locks.
Mm-hmm.
People ask me, who does your hair? I do it.
Mm-hmm.
And I also do my brother, so I post pictures of that too.
Mm-hmm.
But as far as friend response, everybody has been supportive. There's I love what you do. I'll even get other people to say, keep doing what you're doing, because
mm-hmm.
you can tell you're passionate about it. You can
mm-hmm.
tell you love what you do.
Exactly.
So I think my biggest thing is,
mm-hmm.
if somebody tells me they have an idea, start a business.
Yeah.
Do it. Like my best friend, also another line sister,
mm-hmm.
we are working on a program called 180 Days to Holistic Health.
Mm-hmm.
So, I could do it by myself, but we both bring different things to the table.
Mm-hmm.
My background is in holistic remedies. I'm currently working on becoming a holistic health and wellness coach.
Okay.
So that'll all be offered under the new business. But she brings the fitness, the
mm-hmm.
meal prep,
mm-hmm.
the other stuff that I don't have experience in.
Yeah.
So I would anytime we talk about it, I really want you on this paperwork so we can do it together.
Yeah.
Because I trust her.
Mm-hmm.
I know how to work with her.
Mm-hmm.
I don't have to worry about her being lazy or not responding.
Mm-hmm.
I completely have faith in her.
Mm-hmm.
So it's and she was also thinking about doing her own thing before, where she did meal prep
mm-hmm.
videos, stuff like that. She created recipes, and I was like, start the business.
Mm-hmm.
But if we go into business together, you can do all that here without having to have two separate business. You can do all that here. And so with that particular venture, I don't know, we just have a lot to kind of plan out and see where it goes, because
Yeah.
I want to do something boot camp related, and then we have I want other people to be able to offer their services through our business.
No, that right there, it fits. You know, they go hand in hand. And I like the fact that you're recognizing, even with being in business, you know, a year and so much, you know, it'll be closer to 2 years next year, because you're in the first part of the year. You're recognizing that strategic partnerships are great resources. You're recognizing you can't do everything on your own.
It's exhausting.
Yeah, it is. It's a lot to do. And I think that's where a lot of people get misconceptions at. Like, they want to start something, they see other people do it, like, oh, I could do that. Take inspiration from people, but at the same time,
get some help, because a lot of this stuff, 95%, I say 95%. I do it by myself. The promo, the videos, the flyers, this planner, the product, like all of it, I do it by myself. And what I'm finding is the more that I just do it by myself, I will put off restocking certain things because my mind is focused on, I'm trying to make